Okay, we are recording. Good. Okay, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, depending where you're coming from. I see quite some people from India because we just finished a trip in Hanoi. Yeah, we spent like 5 days in Hanoi. And then we went to a very nice place in one of the UNESCO place in northern of Hanoi, 3 hours from Hanoi. It's called Halong Bay. Fantastic limestone island. You know the King Kong 2? The King Kong 2 is shoot there. Now you can see the big limestone mountains, and then we go around taking the fast boat. Of course, we spend a few days in Hanoi and Halong Bay, and then we have a great event there. Event meeting with the management team. The key management teams are there. The chief scientist is also there. Of course, there are 2,000 networkers, so 2,000 achievers over there, and then there are dozens of them, very, very high achiever. Right. So fantastic event. I think we like take over the Halong Bay. We take over the beach. No, we have 2,000 people take over the beach. It was fantastic event. After this, can show you some of the videos as well. Right. So it's good to do an update. Right. So amazing company, amazing product, amazing business opportunity. So without further ado, I'm going to share the slides here so that you can see some of the slides and you have a bit of information. Right. Okay. Um, oops, what happened to my slide? Okay. Yeah, this is the slide. All right, so I'm going to go through three parts, mainly in any presentation, we go through three parts. The first part, maybe 10 to 15 minutes, a bit of the background, right? Background information, what is this company? Who are the people behind? What's the company trying to do? Then maybe a good part, right? Because today is product sharing, maybe about 25 to 30 minutes. Main part is on the product because a company, will not sustain long without a good product, right? So this is a very good product. And then after that, I'm going to talk a bit about the pricing and the business potential. But mainly today is about product sharing. I will show you some of the testimony as well. Then we have another session talking more about the business part, right? So this is what we do. Of course, this is on recording. You can watch some of the previous recording as well. So first of all, the company is called HiGo. It's 1 year, 4 months. 1 year, 4 months. So we are just like a baby. We born and the baby start to walk. A baby 1 year, 4 months, they start to walk. They cannot run, but they can walk already. So we have achieved so much that we have 2,000 achievers went to the trip. In any company, this is a significant achievement, right? Yeah. So HiGo, what is HiGo? HiGo is a private e-commerce. Private e-commerce. We have very high-end life science product, very high-end. In a few areas, the first one is able to reverse aging 8 to 34 years. Imagine there's a product can reverse aging 8 to 34 years. And for some people, if you're a bit old, right, within one bottles, you can see some difference, significant difference in your body, or you can significantly reduce some of your symptoms, right? So, and you have to be invited, right? That's why it's called private e-commerce, and we're growing very well, and try to reach to different part of the world. So a bit of my background, I'm To, right? TOH To. This is my surname. Like think of Toyota. Yeah, you can call me To. And I was engineering by training 30 years ago. Then I worked a few years. I went to this England to do an MBA in finance and marketing. Then I worked 20 years in a few MNCs, very high tech, um, including Hewlett Packard, Philips Consumer Electronics, things like that. So I do advanced product planning. That means you're using iPhone 17. We are looking at what is the future trend, 1 to 2 years down the road. I'm looking at iPhone 19. What is the customer wants? How's the pricing? How's the market? Then, because of this skill, I went into venture capital industry as well, because venture capital is where we invest in the early stage company. And when the company listed, that's where we make venture capitalists make huge returns. Sometimes it could be 100 or 1,000 times. So that's why when I chanced into HiGo, I was very, very excited because it is a very high-end technology. We call it fifth generation, like handphone 5G, right? So this is a fifth generation health product, right? So then, of course, in any company, we introduce who is the founder, things like that. Must as well I tell you. So the key founder, is the chairman, Jack Kwan. He has many business, right? So he also have business in biotech, biotech manufacturing, also in some other business, including car and some loans and other business. So HiGo is one of the business he incorporates a few years ago, and we have grown so big that we become his darling, right? I think he's a main superstar because HiGo with the rate that we are going, probably we could go planning for listing in about 4 to 5 years. That was the message that the directors gave in the event, right? 4 to 5 years, very possible, right? Because currently we already have over 400,000 repeat customer year on year. Our sales is growing, right? We are shipping many, probably about $10 million a week, right? $10 million US a week. So it's a good data. Of course, we are continue to grow and expand to many, many countries. The other key person that we met over in the event as well is Mr. Chen, right? He's our sort of like chief strategic officer. He chart the strategy for the company. Strategy means it's like the DNA of the company. Whether that the company will become a chicken or or a eagle, right? When they're young, you cannot tell, right? But it's the DNA that can make the difference. So we are with the DNA, we think that this company is going to fly very high. No, it's like an eagle that's able to soar and fly very high. So that's why even when 1 year, 4 months, normal company they just start to walk, we start to run already. Yeah. And we are so loud that we have 2,000 people in Halong Bay. Some of you witness, right? You witness 2,000 achievers in Halong Bay, right? You can see the power. And also you saw the scientists where they are charting the next generation products. That's amazing, amazing products, right? And then with our business model is very, very advanced, right? So with all this, the DNA of the company is very, very strong. Give it another 1 to 2 years, we could really fly. And the first product, our main we call golden product is what we call AKG. So this is a product, right? So of course, we have the female is a pink color, male is a silver color. This product is able to reverse aging 8 to 34 years. Amazing, amazing product, right? So there is a video on this, but today I'm not going to play the video. You can watch the recording. You can watch this 7 minutes video. Very good video. Very, very strong science. No, I'm not a scientist, so I can't go into very deep, but I know the benefit. Just like I'm a venture capitalist. I'm not a scientist, I'm not an engineer, but venture capitalists look at the features and benefits. We don't go into all the very detail, right? Okay. So the very first one is what we call AKG. Basically, AKG, with GNAKG, we are able to raise up NAD plus in our body. So scientifically, it's known that Na plus is very important to us. Na plus is one of the most important thing. It's more important than air, right? Because without air, you can live a few minutes. Without Na plus, we die in 30 seconds, right? So this AKG, when it go in, it raise up the concentration of Na plus, then it let our body fully function because Na plus is a coenzyme. We have a lot of syndication in our bodies to produce all the chemicals that we need, right? And all this need the involvement of NAD plus, right? And NAD plus also, and this AKG also increase the ATP in our mitochondrial ATP. Every AKG gives 2.5 ATP, and that's why it give us energy. I mean, when we need to build all the chemicals in our body, we also need energy. Externally, we also need energy. So athletes also take a lot of AKG. So this product, it was discovered, it was researched a few years ago. Then when it's launched in the market last year, when people take it, wow, amazing. Thousands of praise testimony because of a combined formulation, right? So the second product is we launched it in half a year ago. It's called GN Cell, right? GN Cell is mainly to increase our immune system and increase our autophagy. So this is good for people that is high inflammation because nowadays 80% of the chronic diseases are due to inflammation. Inflammation doesn't cure us immediately, but over 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, then we start to have all the high blood pressure, all the cholesterol, and all the things, all the pains due to inflammation. So this is to reduce inflammation and also very good to reduce cancer, right? So this is using all the active ingredients. All these are all plants. Right? All our products are plants. So we take the plants, we provide very good nutrients to our body. We have a very good delivery mechanism to go into our 30 trillion cells. So this is how it works. And the third product, which is called GN hormone, right? GN hormone. I think some of the Indian friends brought back some GN hormone. I started to try for 3 days already. I thought I can feel the effect. I don't know whether psychology or what, right? It let men be more men, right? Women be more women, right? So GN hormone, right? So we look forward to see that. We have tested with 1,247 people for 6 months, and the result was very good, right? It reduced our prostate 87%, right? It increased men's vitality by 92% and many other indicators. So we start to try that. So this is a product we say, hey, I want to be white rabbits, right? So look forward to this. I mean, I tried for 3 days already. So the fourth product we will launch it half a year later. The company's strategy is to launch these four products every half a year, right? So this four product is for the brain, right? To reduce Alzheimer, let our brain more active because when our body is able, with all the AKG, all the hormones, all the GN cell, our body is able, but we also want our brain to be alert. So we look forward to that, right? So of course, we're not stopping at these four products. We have five key scientists. They are continuing to research. And from the latest update from our chief scientist, Dr. Liu Yingbo, seems that there's some breakthrough. They are able to find very good product that's able to directly go into the cells and improve, right, our mitochondrial level, right? So we look forward to that. So we are e-commerce company. The product is shipped throughout the whole world through Federal Express, through DHL, through all these courier service. So we just order online. So get a link from whoever that refer to you. Then you can just sign up, just like sign up any e-commerce like Amazon, Alibaba, whatever. You need a link to be invited. Then when you sign up and already put in your address, then they'll be get shipped to you. Then you become one of our active member. When you're active member, then you can start to use your link to bring in other people. So the manufacturing plant is in US. Our product is made in US. Currently, it's in New Jersey, but we need to expand our plant because our sales is doing very well. And we have recently bought a new plant in Los Angeles, and it will be commissioned. It'll be ready in May. There will be much bigger plant. Like I say, currently our shipment is 10,000 bottles per day. When come to next year with a new plant, it's going to be 40,000 bottles per day. Then, of course, you get to ship everywhere. And currently, main sales is in China. I think 85 to 90% are in China. That's why in the Hanoi event, I think 2,000 people, most of them are from China. Only one international team and one bus of Korean. Yeah. So, of course, there's some local Vietnamese as well. The rest are all from Chinese team. And we have a operation headquarter in Malaysia because Malaysia is very good for international expansion. And then the second office is in Korea. The Korea sales is doing very well, right? And the third office is in Vietnam. We just opened up Vietnam office. So these three offices. And then next year we hope to open another three more. Right. I don't know where. Maybe let's see where is a good sales. Maybe India, maybe Indonesia, or maybe some other countries. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, yeah. So we need some momentum. You need chicken and egg. We need some sales before the company will invest. Right. So that's why the Vietnam team is very committed. You see them, very good people, very committed.
Sedang है तुम लोग
Yeah, they open up the Vietnam market. Okay, so this is how we operate. All right, so there's a bit of background, as I promised, about 15 minutes. Then now we go into a bit of products, right? So you can understand a bit more of product because we have very, very strong technology, right? But I'm not a scientist, so I won't go into all scientists. Let's ask a scientist. I'm a like technologist. Yeah, I can tell you the trend, a bit of the key features, right? So the product is called AKG, GN As I mentioned, most important is that we are able to increase the concentration of Na plus in our body, right? Through the consumption of our GN So as I mentioned, Na plus is very important. It's more important than air. Without Na plus, no, without air, we can live a few minutes. Without Na plus, we cannot survive more than 30 seconds. So which one more important? Na plus, right? But then the scientists discovered Na plus since 1904 by the name of Arthur Hutton. He's a Nobel Prize winner. He discovered Na plus, and then he get Nobel Prize. It's not easy to get Nobel Prize, right? Because only six in a year. And then throughout these 120 years, there are many scientists get Nobel Prize by the study of Na plus as well. But throughout these 120 years, human cannot find a way to increase Na plus ourselves through oral consumption. Cannot, because Na plus is a very large molecule. So only until recently, like about 10 to 12 years ago, so by this very famous scientist, his name is David Sinclair. You can Google him. You can find in YouTube, you just put YouTube, no, you can see a lot of his information. He is 50 plus, but he looks like 40, right? Because he used NMM for very long. So he discovered that NMM able to indirectly induce Na plus, what we call is precursor to bring up the NAD plus. It cannot directly, but indirectly. So as a net result, it can reduce aging 6.5 years. 6.5 years. Then he is voted as one of the top 10 most influential people by Time magazine. Because this is the first time in human history of 5 to 10,000 years that human can reverse aging. Wherever we hear all the product previously, all the supplements, or whatever good product is anti-freezing, anti-aging. That means I'm 50, now I take this, then I maintain 50 for a few years, for many years, right? Now you look 50, but if you take this for a few months, you can look 45, you can look 40, right? This is called reverse aging. So the characteristics of NAD plus is like that, right? So when we are born, we are very high concentration of NAD plus. That's why the children has very high vitality, is very youthful, right? No sign of aging. Their face is bouncy, right? Their face is pink, no wrinkle, right? No white hair. So when we age, the Na plus drop at the rate of 50% every 20 years. What does it mean? That means 20 years old, we become 50% concentration. 40 years old, become 25% concentration. 60 years old, half again, become 12.5 concentration. Right. So let's say if you are 60, you only left 12.5% concentration. Then your collagen also left 12.5% because it only produced so much, right? Because all this production, you need the involvement of NAD plus, right? So our body is a very miracle biochemical machine designed by God. So we produce thousands of coenzymes, right? All the chemical reactions. We produce 400 peptides, which is a protein. We produce all the hormones. We produce all the collagens or all the insulins, right? So for example, when people young, they may not get diabetes, but when they're old, they got diabetes. Why? Because when you're old, your Na plus drop to 12.5%, then your insulin also drop to 12.5%. Then you still eat the same amount of rice and same amount of sugar, then the sugar cannot be dissolved by the insulins, right? That's why the sugar level is very high. Then people get diabetes, right? So I do have some friends very high diabetes at 26. After taking 3 bottles, they drop back their diabetes from 26 to 10, right? So of course 10 is still high, but better than 26, yeah. So this is how it works. So we can reverse some of the medical conditions We cannot say we are there to cure all the diseases, but it has positive effect on 128 medical conditions. And of course, people that don't have medical conditions, more energy, can sleep better, bowel movement better. That is already enough, right? And people don't have medical conditions, they look better, their face, more less wrinkle, more radiant, right? Even my face, I can see from my face is more radiant nowadays. No, from the Zoom, you can see my face is quite radiant, right? So amazing, amazing product. I've taken supplement for last 30 years. I never feel from my face, right? I cannot see from my face, cannot never feel from my body. But this one, within one bottle, I can feel it, more energy, sleep better, bowel movement clear. And after 2, 3 months, I can see that my face is lifted more, definitely younger by a few years. So this AKG basically go in and activate our what we call dormant genes, because we have set of dormant genes. Once we went through puberty age, they sort of dormant, so that's why we don't produce some of the things, right? So it activates back the dormant genes, and then we have all the important things in our life, right? Cool. And this is a good slide that I like also because I'm a technologist, right? So this is a evolution of technology, be it whether semicon industry or communication industry, any technology it evolve, right? Cool. So long time ago, about 100 and over years ago, we have the first generation of supplements during the very first World War. That's called macronutrients, right? They go and fight the war. They're very far from the home. They need to bring some protein powder or some fibers because you are in the war. You don't even have food to eat, right? Then about 100 years ago, the scientists discovered what is vitamin. At first, 100 years ago, people don't know what is vitamin, right? Vitamin A, B, C, all this. And then they discovered what is called micro micronutrients. That means all the minerals, right? All the calcium, potassium, magnesium, iron, you short of certain thing, you have certain problem. That's why we need to supplement, right? Which is good. All supplements are good. But then when the technology evolve, then they also find that there are some functional supplements. They combine a few things is very effective for certain problem, right? Let's say your liver got problem, you take this combination. Your eye got problem, you take this combination, or no, or your kidney or whatever, right? So that is the functional, right? Functional supplementation. And also that's where the stem cells comes in. The stem cells able to replace, no, get some of the cells to be younger, right? So it is also good, right? But as technology progresses, about 10, 20 years ago, it starts where it go into the cell repair nutrients, where there's discover of PQQ, NR, NMM. It's a precursor to increase our NAD plus, even like what we hear SOD, and there are a couple of those very, very good things, right? So all these are good. But technology progress, right? Another 10 years later, this where we see the AKG, GNAKG. So we have a formulation that's able to effectively deliver AKG to our 30 trillion cells, and very effective for a lot of people within a very, very short time, right? Why is it so? Because what we do is that our AKG is manufactured from US. The standard is higher. No, you only manufacture AKG in a few places like US, China, Korea. The US quality is much higher because certain thing you cannot import into US, and you cannot import into China and Korea. Then we are calcium based, the absorption is better, and we are higher dosage with 1.2 1002 mg, right? So the AKG is able to increase the Na plus, give us energy. But given the best AKG, we also need to have the very good delivery mechanism, right? So we have a combination which is make it very effective to absorb in our body. First of all, we have a galactomannan, which is a raw fibers, is able to clear our system. That's why most people that they take AKG in the first 1 to 2 weeks, no, most of them they notice that they go toilet and purge out the years of things, years of linings, and some of them they can see oil stuff, no, black stuff come out, which is good, right? You want to clear your bowel. A lot of people have some constipation problem, right? Then we have also what I call enteric coating technology, because AKG, if you take in just like that, it will dissolve in our this stomach, right? Because stomach is very acidic, 1 to 3, it dissolve all the AKG. AKG is a large molecule as well, dissolve it. Then you got very low potency of the AKG. So with enteric coating technology, we don't dissolve in our stomach. We only dissolve when the pill go into our intestine, right? Very so it is a strong technology to able to do that. Then our AKG will all go into our intestine, get absorbed, right? But having said that, we also have a combination of antioxidants because in our environment, there's a lot of oxidation, right? We got air pollution, we got water pollution, we got food pollution, and we got mindset pollution. You know, when you're angry, you have free radicals. When you're upset, when you're worried, you feel your body not doing well, right? If you're upset for one whole day or you worry, right? So these antioxidants will take away the free radicals, vitamin A and ferrocyanine and cysteine, right? So very strong antioxidants and also very strong anti-inflammation. As I mentioned just now, inflammation is able to lead to many chronic diseases. So we clean up our cells. So we use a traditional Chinese or Ayurveda, the Indian Veda medicine way to what we call cleansing. You heard about cleansing, right? Cleaning, cleansing. You cleanse your body, you cleanse your bowel movement, you cleanse your guts. Yeah, cleansing. Right, so we have antioxidants and all these to cleanse, and then we have what we call balancing, right? We reduce the anti-inflammation to balance up our system, right? Ferrocyanine and cysteine is very, very effective, very, very good anti-inflammation. It's very expensive because berries is very small and very high in terms of anti-inflammation, and even like 10 times more effective than grapes, right? Grapes is good, but berry is much better. Very expensive, right? Then we have curcumin, right? Curcumin, like you do some of the cooking, you put a lot of curcumin, which is good, right? And very good anti-inflammation as well. So we combine this, then make it very effective. The result is that we have thousands of praise testimony. Whereas some of the product in the market, even they have only AKG, but they may not have, we don't see much effect, or then they may need people to buy a few of the thing combined, and the cost is like 3 to 4 times more, but the effect cannot see, right? Our cost is not say very cheap, but okay, not is still affordable, right? Of course, good thing cannot be too cheap, right? Affordable, but very, very effective, right? So if you can let the people younger by 5 to 10 years, how much value would you put? You do Botox, you do surgery, you book all the facial. How much does it cost? If let's say our product is able to let people reduce the pain, right? Reduce the joint pain, right? Reduce the whatever pains, right? Muscles pain. How much would you weigh, right? So we are able to do that, right? So amazing, amazing product. So NMN was good. That's why David Sinclair achieved a top 100 scientists, top 100 most influential people in the world. It created a $40 billion market in 10 years. So the market has been educated a little bit, but AKG is much better because AKG, if your AKG is like a few times more effective than MMN. So we think it will be a trillion market in the coming few years. Right. So because the world has 8 billion people, let's say 10% of the people able to benefit from that, there will be a $1 trillion market. So having said that, I show you some of the testimony. We have thousands of them, thousands really, literally. We have Chinese Zoom, we call it Voom. Chinese, they use WeChat. WeChat is a Voom. Of course, they have to pay, but their maximum people is 2,000, better than Zoom. So we have one in the morning, and one in the night is always full, right? And every day is 7 times a day, 7 times a day, the 2,000 people full, right? So then they will share the testimony as well. So of course, I normally we never show ourselves. This is me. This is like now beginning of the year, right? After 11 bottles. No, this is after 8 bottles, right? Now it's 11 bottles. You can see the life, right? You can compare. Now it's even better than the on the August, right? But my uric acid dropped from 564 to 209. You used to have gout, right? So 564 is way too high. 209 is good, just nice, yeah. So now I have gout two times, very, very painful, right? So then my cholesterol also for many years, I take a lot of statin product also doesn't able to bring down now. My cholesterol dropped from 7.34 to 4.79. Of course, I can feel the energy level much higher, right? I'm 58 now, 58, but then and my energy level back to the 40s, right? So, of course, then the facial also a few years younger, which is good. Imagine you let a lady younger by 5 to 10 years, right? How much will they value? They put a very expensive cosmetic. I mean, Lamel is one of the more expensive one, right? Lamel, right? Lamel will cost you a lot of money, maybe a thousand US dollar, right? For every set, maybe one set can last for 3 months, right? And we don't need so much, right? Lamel also cannot let you reverse aging, can let you anti-aging, freeze your age. Ours can let you reverse aging. Of course, they let your whole body repair the DNA, bring up the energy level, right? Bring out the NAD plus, right? So this is my test report. Yeah, I click we do click some of the test report and show to people, then at least more scientific, right? Then this is the cholesterol before and after, right? Of course, I've sent this to a lot of people already. You can see that, right? Maybe I show you a bit other people. So people that is a bit old, we didn't, we are so, I mean, when I first started in January, I said, okay, the product is good, I can try. But now, if I see a person 80 years old, 70, 80s, I say, you try. If you don't see your result in 1 month, I guarantee pay you back the money. We are so confident. But of course, you are 30, 40 years, you cannot expect, 30, 40, you haven't aged, right? But you people a bit aged, 80 years old, 70 years old, no, you can see this is one of the royal family, like a king, relative to a king. He's 84. You can see after 1 month, the face is more pinkish because the autophagy take away all the dead cells, and then less wrinkle, right? And this is Mr. Chen father. Just how you saw Mr. Chen, right? Mr. Chen is 70 years old, but he's very, very strong because of the AKG. Yeah. Mr. Chen father is 95. So that you can see the face is flat, no blood, just like normal old people, right? Now you can live until 95 is really considered a blessing. Yeah, but he really cannot walk much. He can walk, but like wobbling, right? So, but after one bottle, you can see he looks at least 5 to 10 years younger, right? This is like looks like 85. Would it be fair to say it looks like 85? Right. And he can walk to go shopping nowadays. Yeah. So that is the amazing part of AKG, GN AKG, right? Amazing part of our product, right? So, and then this is Mr. Wei. I think a lot of people see Mr. Wei on stage during the 2000 people event. 1.5 years ago, he was like that. Now he look real good. But his pocket, the pocket that you put your wallet, real fat because he earns 100K per week for the last 1 year. For the last year, but he achieved 100K maximum capping in 84 days, right? So he is starting to build his second business account. And next year, January, he's starting to build. He built his second business account for like half a year already. Next year, he's building his third business account, right? So each business account, we are capping at 100K per week. And yeah, and this product also can bring blessing to many people. This is one of them. This old man is from north of Malaysia. It's called Perak. So about a month ago, we went there because to visit him again. He is quite amazing case. He suffered from shrinkles on his chest, and then the shrinkles 5 years ago on his chest, and then somehow went into his nerves. So he was in pain for the last 5 years because shrinkle, once you go into your nerve, shrinkle sometimes can kill people. He still survive, but very pain. He cannot wear clothes. Even the wind blow on him, he feels the pain. Then his body deteriorated, right? So about in June, he was in very weak condition. He need to be tubed. He cannot walk. He cannot talk, right? And then, of course, hospitalized. The doctor basically tell the family, "Hey, let's be mentally prepared. He's so weak already, so maybe it's time, right?" So the family decided to give him palliative care, bring him home, put morphine so that he don't suffer so much. And then they changed into AKG, and then but they decided to give him AKG because they said, take AKG, take GN AKG, also died. Don't take, also died. Might as well we try. Yeah, they already prepared for the worst. So after he take, given so much energy, it helps him. And after 8 days, he can sit down. He without the tube. After 12 days, he can walk a bit. Now he can walk himself. Yeah, we just went there to visit him last month. Now he can go out. And his appetite is so good. So extend his life. I don't know. Yeah. So he's 88. So maybe can extend. Yeah, a bit more. So it's a blessing, right? I mean, we have many cases of people terminally ill, some even cancer cases, some like lupus, which is very difficult, most difficult. Of course, those very simple one like cholesterol, high blood pressure, uric acid, whatever, Alzheimer's, cirrhosis, dementia, many. We have many such cases. But do we say that we cure everyone? No, we are just superfood. Yeah, with superfood, we bring up the Na plus, we bring up the AKG, let the body able to repair themselves, right? And then of course, this is Fatin from Malaysia, about a month, and she doesn't have much issue. She's quite well taken care. I mean, she doesn't look like 77, but she is 77. But after 1 month, she look even better. You see the face? You see? The face is more smoother, less wrinkle, right? Give her energy, right? This is only the result of 1 month. Amazing, right? So for her, the day I met her about 3 months ago, I tell her, if you don't find changes in your face, I guarantee you pay you back the money. Then she could gladly, because we are so confident, yeah. And then from there, she referred a few people, quite a lot of few people, I think dozens of people, right? I mean, yeah, the face lifted, face smoother. Now your cheek lifting is so much better rather than you have to go for surgery, right? Okay. Of course, when the face is lifted, doesn't mean it's only cosmetic. It's actually our body healthier. We reverse aging, right? Let's say you're 50, you go back to 45. Of course, you looks better, right? Okay. Yeah. So this is another very funny one, amazing. And during the Voom, they always like to talk about her because she's 60 years old. And then she's fat. Previously, she's fat. After taking for about a year, from this, she's now like that. You see the difference? Right. Amazing. Of course, maybe she take care of herself. But generally, most of the people, when they take, we do see some significant changes. And the result in India, we see is also amazing because India, I think you have very harsh condition, very hot. Sometimes it's 45 degrees. In Singapore, 45, people will die. Right? India, sometimes you got more than that. Right? And then in India, the air maybe is quite polluted because of the too many cars. Yeah, the water also. Yeah, the water in some part of India. So quite a lot of pollutions. Then the AKG is able to clean up with all the antioxidants. Yeah, things like that. So we see very good results in Vietnam as well. Vietnam is the same. The air is quite bad. A lot of cars. Yeah, and also the water, is quite bad as well, right? So sometimes it could be 45 degrees also. So Vietnam is doing very well because they have very good result, very fast result, and also because of the food that some of the people take as well. Yeah. Okay. So we got thousands of testimony. Yeah. So I'm not going to go through all the thousands. Of course, we have files that you can see all those. Yeah. Okay, so maybe as I mentioned, I promise I give you about half an hour about the product now. You understand a bit why we are so good. All company, all people, when they tell you their product is good, sure it's good. We never say people's product is no good. Even vitamin is good, vitamin B is good. But we are so much better, right? We have 5G, just like phone, 3G is good. Nokia is still good, still can call, but Nokia cannot compare to the iPhone today or the Samsung phone today or the smartphone, right? So it's a different dimension, right? So, well, people is tell that their product is good, but how do you know a product is good? Yeah, do you have good testimony? We have thousands of testimony, right? Of course, we ourselves we think we know, but we have thousands of testimony, right? So there's no other company or no other products can come close to HiGo, G, and AKG. That's why in 1 year, 4 months, we are not walking. We are not like a baby, a toddler walking. We can start to run already. You give us another 2, 3 years, I think we can fly already. Yeah. Okay. So that's amazing. And then we are very glad, we are very proud to be there. And then, of course, come to pricing, as I mentioned. Right, the pricing is not very cheap, but not too expensive. People still can afford because one bottle is 135 US dollar. One bottle for 1 month, yeah, for 1 month. So for 1 month is $135, right? And then we basically, how do we buy? You get the referral from your friend. You sign up, you can buy it, you can use your credit card, you can use whatever we transfer point to you, and then you can buy it delivered to your place. Different country could be different. Most part of the country, okay, we deliver to the house, but India, because of the some importation and regulation, sometimes could arrange differently. I think discuss with some of your key people. I say Gopi brought in a big team to India, so I discuss with him what's the strategy. So when you are able to refer to some people, you have some discount, or you have some what we call commission, right? Direct refer is net is 22%. One bottle is $135. Direct referral is 30.6 after all the netting off. Yeah. Okay. Then the pairing after netting off is 11%, is 15.3. Right. It's unlimited pairing and capped at a maximum of 100,000. After netting is 76.5K, which is a lot because most company, so we have like two teams, left team and right, the only two teams, we don't have generation whatever, don't care, we only have right team and left team. And then once you have five on the left, five on the right, they pay us 76.5, right? That is called a team bonus, and that is huge because that is able to do up to 5,000 pairs, which give us 76.5 thousand US dollars per week. That's why Mr. Wei has achieved that in 90 days. And then in the last 1 year, he achieved that every single week. And then we just saw on stage, there's 9 people achieve the highest capping, 9. Yeah, within one year, 4 months, 9, right? So there's a lot because most company will only give you maybe 6 to 7% on the team bonus. With this company give 11%, which is good, right? You want 11% or you want 6 to 7%, right? And then on the max ceiling, max cap, most company maybe max cap 10K. This company max cap 76.5K, which is fantastic, right? And the product is so good, right? Okay. So this is a bit more details, right? I think we have another session. I do have a recording on this, so all the details. But as the pricing is 135, you refer 4%, you basically get your product for free. Yeah. So you can get a product, 5 bottles at 675. You refer 4% with the commission level, you get the product for free. Okay, then just help this 4% to bring in their four, and then we can grow out throughout the world. I mean, don't have to be just Vietnam, or don't have to be just US, don't have to be just Indonesia or India. The world is all linked in one world. Yeah. Okay. So of course we got all the certifications. Yeah, mainly all the main certifications, and then we are even recognized at the NIH, which is a very high level of National Institute of Health in US. Right. They recognize our
Mr. Toh,
expertise. Yeah.
sorry, just want
Ah,
to check. Can you move the slide at the halal cert? I want to take a snapshot. Thank you.
okay.
Sorry to disrupt.
No problem. Oops. Okay.
Yeah, okay, thanks.
Okay. Yeah. So this is National Institute of Health. Yeah, you can go in, check, you put HiGo, you can see our listing there. I don't think any referral marketing company has listing in NIH, right? So yeah, so this is one of significant breakthrough. That means they recognize our technology. And in terms of safety, also very concerned, right? Because people say, oh, it's good, but you don't want to buy something that's good and have a lot of steroid, a lot of heavy metals, a lot of overdose, right? So I'm from Singapore. We sent into Singapore for testing. We spent a couple of thousands US dollars, and then we have all the tests all with flying colors, nothing exceeding, right? No heavy metals, and all the 365 items is all within limits. Yeah. So this SGS with all the SGS report, all the 6 files. And this is the recent trip that we went to Vietnam. Yeah, maybe I just show you a few Vietnam. Let me see. Vietnam trip. So there's a WeChat link. I think in the WeChat there's thousands of photos. I'm not going to go through all this now. You see, wow, okay. Okay, so this is a party time, and then we have all the, this is a party time, and then we have all the seminars, yeah. Yeah, so we have all the videos. Wow, lots of parties. I think there are 3,000 photos here. Right. You can have the WeChat link and then you can see from there. And then we have the Halong Bay, which is a fantastic place. Yeah. So, okay, let me see just a video. The video. Yeah. Okay. So this is a video. Right. So maybe let me show you. Yeah. One or two of the videos. Which one? Let me see. This is the cafe. Yeah. Okay. This is a video. All right.
这个科技和生物医学的快速变化，我
These are
们追求
scientific.
的不仅仅是活得更久，我们要活得更健康，活得更快乐，这是我们追求的更高的目标。随着我们采购的发展，在抗衰老医学领域，我们一定会做成世界一流的医学公司。
Okay, and then this is Jack Kwan. Yeah, this is the
对，我们可能143万注册会员，在全球的直销市场，在全球的跨境电商行业，我们创造了奇迹。我们把它当做一门事业，要长长久久，走稳、走长、走赢，要让你们在海购实现老有所靠、中有所托、小有所养，这才是我深圳海购的目标。从零出发，2026年底顶峰相见。
There's the boss Jack Kwan, right? This is yeah, this is Mr. Wei.
我真的很骄傲，在短短的1年多的时间，我们所做到的成绩超越了以往所有曾经在产品界打造的数据。今天我们即将重新出发，接下来这3年的时间，全力以赴协助1万人一起全力以赴，让自己人生立于不败之地。
Yeah, and then of course yeah, we have a lot of funds. Okay, Halong Bay. Oh, this is a 2,000 people event. Okay, yeah. Just to show some. I mean, if you if you have the WeChat, you can come in and see, right? So amazing event. Yeah. So yeah, wish that or everybody is there, right? So it's really amazing. The trip, UNESCO place, no? Vietnam is a nice place, right? The people is nice and the event is fantastic, and then we take over the beach and things like that. Wow, very good memory. So I think, as I mentioned, we only 1 year 4 months, yeah, but if next few years, I think we will grow even much bigger. Yeah. Okay. So I think maybe there are some people from India as well. Is Gopi around? Yeah, Gopi brought like 15
Yes,
people
yes, sir.
there.
I'm here. I'm here.
Okay,
Sir,
Gopi, you want to
people,
share
if
with them? You
yeah,
want to
hi,
share
hi,
with them?
yeah.
Right.
Sir,
Okay, so
anybody is there who want to ask some questions, they can ask you. If
sure,
anybody is
sure,
there.
sure.
Hello.
Yes. I think maybe
Hello.
I just stop this recording. Would that be okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that
Yes,
our
okay.
recording won't be too long. Then of course we can just talk around. Yeah. Okay. Right. So that was a good sharing. I think I give you a bit of a background, the company, the people, and then the traction of the company. The products is very advanced because we got more products to come, and the pricing and the compensation plan is also very advanced. Yeah. Okay. So I will stop the recording and I will just put in the YouTube and then send it to everybody. All right. Okay.